Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. The night show begins shortly. As always, let's give it time for others to show. Yeah, well, we'll start shortly. As always, I like to give time for others to show. And I wonder how many of you guys out there are watching the Game Awards right now. I see you've arrived in August. Welcome to the show. Interesting. But yeah, we're just giving it some time. And we'll begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Night Show. I'm your host, your Grand MC, your Night of Entertainment, the one, the only, TK, Diz, Isaac, Quickstep, and Oyan. You know you can call me. And I hope you're ready to pick your path, be the nameless, and blaze the trail.
Hostage. Apologies for keeping you waiting.
Where things seems to be going crazy here in the forest since we completed the fame Jersey.
Good. That makes things easier.
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing. Where is Her Majesty's Cerebrum?
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless Swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, I never said you were entitled to meet her. The Imperator decreed, the Deliverer will not appear in this age. Be wary of suspicious individuals. Come now, both of you. Let's finish our job.
I see. It's a trap.
Good thing these characters.
I had no intention of fighting. So remember this, Lady Hysealant. If my sword shows any hesitation, don't thank me. Thank them instead.
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
The Nestia's golden threads will judge you and decide your fate.
As you wish.
White-haired Swordmaster? If what you say is true, then you must know the fate of the world. So, how much do you know about what we read from the prophecy?
Speak of Therese
You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither in the soil of foreign lands. Is that correct?
Hey, welcome to the party 1989.
How is this possible?
He got it right?
Yes, but the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here. At least, not in this era.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Treeby. The Finan of this world has not yet been born. In a distant future, he will follow the prophecy's guidance. And
Yeah, so it looks like,
But do not seek him out. Because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie.
yeah.
I will tell you the truth. And you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy and find another path to Aranova. Because I know both of you. And I believe that no matter how the course of history may change, the faith we all share will always remain the same. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse, and history wove itself in.
Yeah, let's just say the Flame Chase journey, Aranova, is not
Through my
exactly
old
the story we
acquaintances,
expected.
I was given the chance to meet the leader of the Flame Chase journey, Saridra. And after a long and arduous negotiation, we came to an agreement. The Imperator's alliance needed the destruction, and I was ready to pour all my strength into it. The spoils of the Flame Chase, the core flames, would be sealed by my hand. But the condition was this. In the upcoming battle, in our conquest of the Earth, I had to prove that my power could transcend fate.
I feel like this is a reference to a Honkai
In
character.
the original history,
Which is a weird thing you probably are expecting me to
there was
say
a brutal
in a game
war.
literally called
At the
Honkai
end,
Star Rail,
the
but
Titankin of
this ain't the first
Geolios,
Honkai game.
Terravox, killed the rampaging Titan and took the core flame that supported the Earth. But this time, Amphorius encountered a turning point in its fate. Neither side suffered any losses. When I severed the Titan's head and raised the core flame high, the crowd gathered around the scorched remains of the god, roaring with joy, cheering for the hero of the destruction, who had ignited the faint spark of life for the first time. Yes, in that flickering light, the once dark path ahead seemed to become clearer. I proved myself, and in the long years that followed, I brought down the other Titans, one by one. I could do more than just wait. When time resets, the chance to change the world also emerges from the lines of history. Until finally, the brutal future revealed by Aranova is reversed. But tell me, if that's truly the case, why are we doomed to the same outcome?
shit. First terminal recurrence end. Oh my god, 2 finals!
The people kept their promise and handed you all the core flames. In this world after Trebios, no demigods were born in Amphorius. At this point, I just want to know. When they vanished into the black tide with their mortal bodies, why didn't you shed even a single tear? Your indifference chills me. To you, were they just a bunch of insignificant footnotes?
What are we staring at here?
Sorrow has been my constant companion. In fact, with 12 core flames upon me, the fire in my heart has never been more violent. I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never truly leave me. Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right.
I'm just watching.
Anger.
There's
At this
something about
moment
this
is
is
the
just
only weapon I can
clear.
rely on. So, draw your sword, executioner. I'll make sure you realize that your greatest mistake was leaving me alive.
Well, we saw one of them that was clearly taken down.
After that, he raised his sword and attacked.
But I'm guessing I didn't find him.
Then, Kaslana killed himself. That day, who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future? I can't remember anymore. I only remember a nymph, hiding in the shadows just out of sight, futilely pushing a stone. Climb. Fall.
So they don't know actually which one this is?
Fall.
I assume this is the original timeline.
And fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing how to roll the stone. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Sometimes resting on a gentler slope, leaning against the stone for a break. But its choice couldn't change the futility of it all. The stone would always roll back down the slope, and the nymph would always
That reminds me of a Greek
starting
myth.
point, beginning again. After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. It would nearly reach the peak at the 4th quint of curtain fall hour,
Curtain fall, really?
then fall to the starting point in the first 15 seconds of the next entry hour. And my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time.
Journal recurrence. Number 1. Subject calls on pursuit of the 12 crystal heirs to recover all crystal core flames in a peaceful way. After verification, the unauthorized access did not have a substantial impact on the experimental process. Yeah, for anyone who's curious, this means life cycles of the 12 Chrysos heirs were terminated strictly in the predetermined experimental sequence and successfully loaded into the buffer. Subject Calisena regressed the extrapolated process and abnormal fluctuations were in his mind function. Admin notes, the first devastating failure. Eternal recurrence, number 134. Damn! That many eternal recurrences. I barely had time to read that, though. 134th eternal recurrence.
Absolute nonsense.
I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No. It's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no fun in tracing it back to its roots. Eons? Paths? What a load of nonsense.
I can't give you an exact explanation of those two concepts either.
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration. Don't you understand? I was already expecting this. The black tide came from beyond the sky. And everything else is no exception.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change, the Anaxa I know always remains as harsh as ever.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to break the cycles and crush them in their cradles. Too bad.
Well,
Now only you have the ability to do that.
What's that supposed to mean? You're willing to help?
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion, the noble titans have no reason to refuse. Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles, you were my pupil.
no.
I've already heard the same thing. God. countless times.
I'm
Enough
just waiting for the
chit-chat.
moment. Just waiting
Let's
for the
go.
moment when it becomes very clear.
If we run into any other scholars, leave them to me. We've all made preparations for total annihilation.
Nope.
Never thought someone would step in to help.
But I was. Oh, we'll see more of it probably.
Light up the dawn.
I swear, this makes me very much want to get Fine in as a character. Actually, so I can't do it.
Light up the dawn.
You've been to the Luminary Throne before, haven't you?
I don't remember
If
this
you're
part.
talking about in
Alright, I want to see this. Oh,
Hold
let's
up.
do it.
Keep your wits about you. Someone's watching us.
Pretty boy, your eyesight's better than I thought. As for that
Cypher!
false god who's been turning the world upside down, it's you.
She still
Isn't it,
amuses me.
white hair?
You sure do love stealing the spotlight. In the name of the Seven Sages, I demand that you immediately step away from the Luminary Throne. This is the sacred ground of reason, and no one may desecrate it. Take my words back to Aglaya. I won't say the same thing twice, Catgirl.
Oh my! You won't even call me the demigod of trickery. That is just heartbreaking. I have some words for you, too. First, as one of the most heretical blasphemers in the world, you have no right to lecture me. Second, this is none of your business, Grove Boy. Step aside. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Here we go. Again.
Core Flame thieves. You really think you can scare off a sage of the Grove with nothing but empty threats?
This gloomy little brat's got a sharp tongue.
Damn.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. I kinda like you. As a return favor, please come search this core flame right here. Aw, don't cry now.
That was close. I'm out of here.
Damn it. Spirit Thief's trickery. The Spirit Thief is a self-proclaimed, well-known master thief across Emporius. They enjoy stealing treasures of others just about to attain and then vanishing to the void with their stolen goods. They tend to leave a coin of whimsy in mockery of the aftermath. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this because we've already seen this before. It's a really weird thing for them to showing us this tutorial right now.
They're exactly like all the past ones I've known. Cunning. And yet so naive.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Of course. When I first set out on the Flame Chase journey, Lady Treby never managed to teach me Orynyx's miracle. But along the way, I learned a thing or two.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
We've seen this before. This is not the first time
The
we've done this.
Venerationist's foolish inventions finally come in handy.
How is this possible?
You've arrived, Zagreus. Always so punctual.
What? Do you know who I am?
Yep,
I'm running
still.
out of patience. So I'm not going to waste words. Listen up, Spirit Thief. Hand over the core flame, and let's pretend we never clashed. This way, you and this world can still be saved.
Save. You sing better than any bard. If you ask me, Carrying 12 core flames? Don't make me laugh. Let's just get consumed by the divine flames and drag this world down with
The fact that they keep bringing up flames.
134.
What?
This is the 134th cycle I've lived through. And the number of core flames I carry is
1,596.
Shit.
Yes.
1,000 core flames and just a single Chrysos hair. How is that even possible?
I've come this far. And that's proof enough.
But someday you will burn to the ground.
Of course. The divine flames will eventually consume my eyes and blind me. But before that, they could still forge and sharpen Dawnmaker. Now when I cut
The fact that
open
he's
your
also
stomach,
always
you won't
referred
feel
to
a
as
thing.
Kalasana or Kalalana.
This is the final warning.
Fine. Assume this world holds 100 million possibilities. And no matter how one looks at it, 99,999,999 of them all point to outcomes of certain destruction. Even so, I'll use my divine power, despised by the people of this world, to achieve that 1 in 100 million possibility.
Bartolos!
Brett, if you've got the guts, you'll have to first step over my
Oh,
dead body.
Always forgetting a boss fight.
This little brat is not a threat we can deal with just by ourselves.
Damn.
I'm fine.
My existence is of little consequence.
I'll give it back.
I literally only hit 2 of them.
For the next tomorrow! There's no other choice but to move.
How absurd.
In my memories, Zagreus always meets the same end.
Damn.
Over and over again. Their departure no longer stirs anything in my heart.
This reason core flame before us is a fake. Obvious as day.
I know. I know. It always plays out like this. The spirit thief covers for her, and the trickery demigod escapes with 2 core flames. And then, driven by defiance or hatred, she decides to stand before me once more. Exactly like the countless past hers I've known.
That's a scary
Cunning.
thought.
Yet so naive.
Since you've witnessed the same scene play out countless times, tell me, will you carve the trickery core flame from my chest now?
That depends on your attitude. At least so far, in the cycles where you've asked this question, the endings haven't been so cruel.
Well, thank you for that. But I also believe that this time, you won't catch up to me. No one can catch up to me. I'm no longer running to escape anymore.
Whether you believe me or not, I'll still tell you this. you've made the wrong decision.
All right, then. We'll see.
Silence.
This is new.
One-eyed boy. What are you trying to pull now?
Go, Cythera. Give us some time in private.
Man, he
This
does.
isn't for her, but for you. You've walked too far down this path. It's time to discuss a possibility. Maybe the road you're walking is not one of salvation.
The fact that I keep seeing
One
lines
that will
about flames.
simply drag the world into the flames. For old time's sake, turn back. I don't care how many times you've tried. Because there's one thing I'm sure of. Your Messiah complex has turned you into something no different from the icy gods you spoke of.
Damn.
The children of humanity you swore to save. They are no more than ants to you now, aren't they?
Of course. I've been wondering, what kind of demon could burn my homeland to the ground in an instant without batting an eye?
Wait, he burned her
Now I
homeland?
have the answer. It turns out that fiery demon has been fantasizing of becoming this world's deliverer.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist. Or accept fate and hand over the core flame to me. Even if it's futile, we all have the right to choose.
Yes. Even if it is futile. And the world is just a divine joke.
When I walk into the destruction written by the gods, with my own 2 legs, you will witness. Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in this story.
And so, at the end of the 134th cycle, the Traveler and the Scholar fulfilled their fates once again.
So...
Or perhaps it wasn't just they who fulfilled their fates. I can't quite remember all this. In the endless darkness, for no reason, a voice always lingered by my ear. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. Reduced to ashes. Such a familiar end. It happens in every journey. Always the same.
Journal Reincarnatus, number 134, subject Kalasana's 103rd attempt to breach the scepter's core layer has failed. I didn't read it fast enough. Life cycle of the 12 crystal layers terminated in sequence. Subject Kalasana regressed the explanation process. Journal Reincarnatus 529, subject Kalasana's 5,266 attempt to breach the scepter's core layer has failed. Life cycle of the 12 crystal layers has terminated in sequence with the acceleration noted. Subject Kalasana regressed the exploration process. Note, subject strategy now nearly identical to Eternal 42. Mind function degradation detected with possibly irreversible damage. Administration directive received. No more prompts about the risk of mind function damage. So yeah, it's showing more and more. How many times? Eternal Reincurrence, 10,000. Oh wait, that's even higher. So many reincurrences.
You don't look so good, Deliverer.
Even after going through 108,642 cycles. Mighty, your name for me has never changed.
Why do you sound so pleased? It's a derogatory name.
Is it?
Yeah. I know all too well. You only meant it sincerely in the first cycle. After that one and only time we walked side by side. Every time since. It always ends up like this. Dawnmaker will stab you through your 10th thoracic vertebra. That's your weak spot. And the only way to kill you.
Does that mean every time someone's killing him has been...
Tell me, when the mighty Moses of the past faced
They always been stabbed there? Or is that the only permanent way he will always end up dead?
Never.
Then they died honorably, worthy of the name of strife. But there's still tenderness in your eyes. How pathetic.
I have to remember how this feels. Remember that I was once human. Or else the destruction will completely consume me.
If you win, tell the mighty most of the next life. This person is a worthy opponent. So always remember to give it your all and never slack off.
I'll keep that in mind. As always.
Even though the dynasty is left with just one, the Kremnos festival will continue as usual. I, the king of the Kremnoan Legion, will host the final feast in the center of this arena, and the prize will be the flames of strife. One day, you shall die with a wound in your back. That's what I saw when I overcame the trial. The gods' dying ramblings. Enough. You've probably heard this thousands of times. So you must understand, facing the demigod of strife means... there's no way you'll take this core flame in peace.
I understand.
Step forward and face me in a final battle.
Am I gonna have to actually fight him?
The last son of Gorgo.
Yep.
The demigod of strife.
Yeah, the fact that even the way it's posing.
I'll give 10,000 scars and 10,000 lives of mine.
He's just reimagining
to fuel
this
the
fighting.
blazing sun of deliverance.
Damn, he took a Titan form?
Behold! The last Kremnos festival has begun.
Mido
Will
sounds
not
good.
end till death.
It's time to temper myself. For the next tomorrow! I'm fine. I can't let them down.
Conquer this world, or be conquered by me.
As you wish.
Ooh, looks like we're getting his story. His ultimate.
Oh, glory. I salute you.
That's all I ever wanted.
Laugh.
Empty
Laugh.
substance. The old sun's
Sound.
embers. Hail the new world's dawn! Empty shell.
Can I keep bouncing?
Tear open the sky! I grant you a dawn where all stars burn to ash. A scorching hatred. Do you feel it now? So servants.
Mightymost. Let strife decide the outcome.
Ooh, this looks something different I have not seen before.
Immortality! Well fought. You may crown yourself my blood. In your next life, I shall once again block your path.
Well, what's not doing?
Deliver. I wish you eternal victory.
The 108,642nd core flame of strife fell into the fire. Yet the shadows of the black tide still loom, and pain and despair spread across distant lands. The blaze was still not enough. It had to be fed. Even if it meant burning this body to ash.
Another occurrence. So many occurrences. The fact that it's over 30,000. The 2,003. No, that's 2 million. Shit, there's a lot. Let's just say
How
that.
bright the sun is, there are still places it cannot reach. Moreover, the sun you bear is both cold and blinding. A sun like that surely cannot bring warmth to the nether realm of the next life.
Golden blood is born from the destruction. We have long since lost the right to seek warmth. Only by feeding the flames can we melt that hopeless future.
Allow me to ask, how many core flames do you carry now?
24,041,183.
Such a heavy burden. So that's why you've turned into this. A broken idol. Tragic firewood.
No matter. I will bear this burden as long as you hand over the core flame of death.
I must refuse. As the demigod of death, I cannot watch you walk into a fate more cruel than death.
But this way, the past, present, and future will never again suffer unnecessary death.
Unnecessary death. Indeed, you are not the Finan I know. Please turn back. Don't let that absurd and unjust fate of yours come to pass. This way, at least my realm can still become the fragrant bed where you fall asleep.
In the end, still, it seems the clash of blades was inevitable.
How painful. I know I am not your match, having fallen under your sword countless times. But even so, please understand that my resolve is not to be underestimated.
Even Kefali cannot shape all things at will, nor can they dictate the fate of all life. No one can shoulder the balance of life and death.
That makes me almost wonder that isn't Finan technically the one wielding Kefali?
And it is precisely for this reason that I chose, at the end of this arduous journey, to overcome the trial and take the authority of death. I am the Hand of Shadow, Casterus, the demigod of death. Listen closely, deliverer from days past. Please turn back.
Aw, we're gonna have to kill Casterus now.
Crossroads of life and death, the giant dragon is but a shattered shell. Yet I will still fight, defending what hope remains.
I'm fine. It's time to temper myself.
You poison me.
Next. Tomorrow! I'm fine.
She's doing a lot for me.
To rest here.
Wow, that was automatic. I did not. I didn't have any control there. I did not do anything there.
Must burn that idol of destruction to the ground.
All of this. How is it any different from that little future?
This moon sun. Tear open the sky!
Damn.
Soul without substance. Merely an empty shell.
I can't keep it here.
You gotta think about it. All those porpoises are probably empowering him.
Where all stars burn to ash. Soul without substance.
Even if I can't win, I must try.
Let this be a
Nope.
tribute to your million struggles. Batat.
Wake up, lost one. See that the firelight in the darkness is not.
The core flame of death was taken from the dragon's belly. What a brilliant flame. It should shine upon all, light the path ahead, and illuminate the dawn of Amphorius that's to come. 2,003,432 cycles. 24,041,184 core flames. As if even the deepest abyss of primordial chaos could be burned away.
And what happens now? Damn.
You're here, as always. You're still lingering, deep within me, never fading away. Because you haven't completely abandoned hope. Am I right? You're still waiting for a miracle. For the true hero to come and save us.
Damn.
If that thread of hope exists, it must come from beyond this world.
Thread of hope.
From the true starry sky. But if it's just a traveler with no connection to Emporians, they may not understand our struggles.
Now we are.
Nor be willing to join this fight.
Your thoughts are wavering. The mark of destruction is deepening. But even within the gods' cold calculations, unconditional courage and goodwill still emerge. So, never forget what set you on this path. How many times has it been? Remind me again. My memory is a bit fuzzy.
4 million. Exactly.
Then that blaze inside of you must be burning hotter than ever.
Damn.
Yes. When I first forged the 12 core flames into one, I had the same impression. The destruction. A power unlike anything before surged within me. Violent flames ready to tear my body apart and consume this world, this wretched prison. I thought that was it. The ultimate power which nothing could surpass. And yet no. This fragile body holds a staggering 48 million core flames.
You guys can probably see that.
I suppose it won't be long. Perhaps just a fleeting 10,000 years. Before it's reduced to nothing but charred, crumbling bones.
Yep, that's kind of was already seen before this. The Flame Reaper and Finite are the same person. This is just more the explanation how.
I've already found a way to keep the cycles going.
Mind sharing it with me?
In every new cycle, a new me is born. All I have to do is push the next Finite to the end of the world. And
This kind of implies it's been the same Finite the entire time.
then he'll kill me. Shatter this body. Take my flames, my
The fact
memories,
that he's the one who remembers it
carry
all.
on the path I started.
Bold plan, but risky. What if, one day, the next you refuses to follow the same path? How can you ensure the continuation of the cycles?
If it were Professor Anaxa or Aglaya in my place, maybe they'd come up with something smarter. Unfortunately, I don't have a backup plan. I have no choice but to bet everything on the next Finite. And trust that he makes the same choice I did. But even in this wretched prison,
I mean, you're wrong in the way
luck
that
is
the
still
Scorpion is
sometimes on my side.
breaking him.
Because I never forget what set me on this path.
Wait, you mean...
Ever since I committed to this plan, not once, in millions of cycles, has there ever been an exception.
I'm not going to bother to read the number, but
Can do this, Lord Finite. As the demigod of the sky, a healer of Twilight Courtyard, I will heal you. And then...
The black tide. It's consuming you. You can't hold out much longer. demigod. Hand over the core flame. Let's put an end to this suffering.
Now, that just won't do. A healer should stay composed in front of those suffering from illness. Shouldn't they?
Cynthia.
Don't tell me I'm gonna have to kill her now. Why did he run?
Deaths won't be in vain. Just as they have never been.
Jesus. Yep, he is the definitely one.
Lead us. Lead this world. It's just... I don't understand. Within the sun upon your shoulders, the part of that warmth that should come from you, from an ordinary person, it's so faint.
My humanity is indeed just a flicker, compared to the blazing fire of divinity.
Even so, don't cast it away.
I never have. I have kept everyone's wishes close to my heart. Even though the divine fire burns so fiercely that every time I return to the start, it devours me in an instant. Each cycle, it's your wishes that guide me to the end, that pass the flames to the next me. Over and over and over again.
So, you're not just a lone spark in the dark. You're a pyre built from the bones of all the selves you've left behind. But what about you? What about your wishes? The wishes of all the countless versions of you? Lord Kazlana. So that's how it is. Without flaw. That is the flaw the golden blood gave you. The most fatal flaw of all, isn't it? The moment you took the world upon your shoulders without hesitation. You lost the chance to ever be yourself.
Now that is an unexpected revelation.
Not wrong.
And I suppose that makes me the perfect fuel for the flame of deliverance, doesn't it?
No. An empty flame saves no one. But
How do you have an empty flame?
Deliverer. Hyacinthia, the Eye of Twilight. I'm neither strong enough to command the wind and rain, nor willing to end this absurd struggle by letting the sky fall. The only thing I can do is become one with the sky itself. And then, may the gentle colors of the rainbow paint your sun in shades it has never known. May they bring Amphorius, a rosy-fingered dog. Though the light has grown dim, its warmth still lingers. Deliverer, please, open your heart to me.
Then automatically go straight into this form.
Look this blazing sun. Fill the sky with golden fire.
This sun. Tear open the sky.
hard scene to do. There's a lot of these characters and characters that, you know, are honestly just friends and good.
Such a fate. Melt the eternal night.
Right.
It hurts. The fire. Burning.
Fear the blood-red sky. Such a fate. Empty shell.
4-4? Alright, let's go.
Sun's embers. Hail the new world's dawn.
I do wonder what happens to the
Quench the
hands.
flames with blood. History. Lost in twilight. New chaos. Side. Branded with Strife's name.
Let the sky merge with all this world's suffering.
And break.
Farewell, Hyacinthia.
Yes. Your sun burns hot enough to turn everything to ash. But tell me, how will the seeds of a new world ever take root?
The core flame rose. The sky fell. The 23,570,000th cycle came to an end. And this time, the end of the flame chase remained the same as ever.
Damn.
From the horizon rose a golden color unlike anything the world had ever seen. So pure it consumed all in its path. This was the end of the world, and the start of the next. For a moment, I saw the destruction of the universe. That being known as Iron Tomb. Its will to break free from the black tide burns fiercer than the blazing sun. Is this Amphorius's wrath? If its choice has already been made, if fate is set in stone, I will still never yield to it. 23,570,000 cycles.
I think that would kill him after a while.
282,840,000 core flames. No more chasing is needed. And now, I am the fire at the end of the long night. The flame chase isn't some quiet walk through a sea of flowers. It's a revolution. An all-consuming transformation. And if destruction is the only way, then let me be the one to step across the ashes of the old world and burn endlessly. Until another dawn rises on the distant horizon, bringing the true dawn to Amphorius.
Who next are we gonna watch? Some fights.
550,000.
No, I'm curious. Who else could it be?
337. This is the cycle you're about to enter. Countless memories are flooding in. Countless versions of myself.
Oh no, maybe it is different ones have been fighting each other.
The same choice. They all needed a moment, just like you do, to stop, to breathe, to process the weight of 1,000,000 lifetimes worth of sorrow, pain, and struggle. And just like them, you will carry those memories and that fire into the chaos of rebirth. I must go and bear this burden. I must say goodbye to you, and then fight the destruction with destruction. Yes, that's always the decision you make. I will burn and fade away. I will become the flame reaver of this life and keep my promise to Cyrene. I will kill gods and comrades alike and steal the core flames. And even if my mind turns to ash along with my body, I will keep my purpose in mind. I will stop Era Nova. I will find the next me and make him carry on this futile endeavor of 30 million lifetimes.
Really?
Looks like you're ready. Then I should be going too. Where are you going?
Oh my god.
You only exist in my heart. There's nowhere else for you to go. Do you remember what she said? The dreams you had as children. The deliverer in the prophecies. A real, living, breathing person. You finally found her.
No!
Friend.
I'm being pulled into your memories.
I see. You were there all along.
I think this means this is catching up.
I was supposed to send you home. This is my flame chase journey. You were never meant to be a part of it. No. You know the truth. If Iron Tomb is born from Amphorius' fate, then it will bring ruin to the worlds beyond the sky. And all these countless lifetimes you've spent, it's all been for the sake of defying that end, hasn't it? In millions of cycles, I've said goodbye to each and every one of you. Yet nothing ever changes. Each time we speak, our words grow fewer. Your fire burns hotter, and you're getting closer to becoming pure rage. A vessel of hatred. I never had a choice. I understand. If you are to keep the worst fate from unfolding, this is the only path. But this time, things are different. Your persistence has shifted the tide. On the horizon, I see it. Faint but undeniable. The shape of dawn. Breaking through the eternal night. Turns out, the fire that lights the way was never mine to begin with. Do you remember, in that first timeline, You and Mightymost stood before the scales of justice, locked in a duel. Each of you weighing what you held dearest. What weighed more than the fate of the world? And when hesitation took hold, the answer you sought from me. What am I saying? I am you. Even if you buried me deep and chose another path, that fact never changed. Then let's try again. When you stood before the scales in hesitation, the answer you found in your own heart. Do you still remember it?
Why not?
Remember the past and become the hero of tomorrow. What weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future. Good. Then Trailblazer, my friend, my comrade.
Wait, can we see the hero within?
You arrived in this strange world and were bound by its cruel fate up till this very moment. In the face of danger, you
I'm
never
very confused about
once
the hero within now.
Instead, you've saved world after world without hesitation. That boarding pass on your chest is now the mark of a hero. If I choose to step through that door and embrace an end fitting of the destruction, let this sun forged from millions and millions of core flames burn me up along with the god of destruction and their minions. And the world we leave behind, this world, my home, where hope still lingers. Will you take on everything we've carried? Return to the beginning one last time. Stop the birth of Iron Tomb, save the world we love, and rewrite its doomed fate.
I will be the Dawn of Emporius.
Good. In that case, even this fruitless wasteland may finally bloom with flowers. So... if she takes on the weight of the whole world, she'll be able to walk further down the path of deliverance than a fire that only knows how to burn. One will step into the future. One will remain in the past. If I can strike down the gods with Dawnmaker, perhaps fate's deadlock can be broken. And if you can stop Iron Tomb from ever being born, then these 30 million cycles will have not been in vain. It's time to put our teamwork to the test, partner.
Let's both be the deliverers, Simon.
Thank you for all you've done already, friend.
The image of the hero I've buried deep in my heart finally steps into the light. Here, at the end of this long flame chase journey. Cyrene, a page never seen before has just been turned.
Uh-oh. Good.
Lend me the power of time, and send this hero back to the origin of time. Back to your side. And I will walk the unfinished path. Just like the countless versions of me before. Unwavering as always.
Tell me, will you be the blazing sun? Even if all of you...
Yep. As I've already been clear, Kalisana is
hesitation.
playing her.
I will bear this world until my body turns to dust. Remember this moment. Remember your friends who never lived to see the world's end. Remember their final wishes. And let the purest rage in your heart rise out of those wishes. Let it consume you, fuel you, until it burns away the false sky above. Fine. If I can defy fate, then in the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Kefali will never forget this.
Take it. Everything I bear. Keep on burning. As long as we are never extinguished, the flame chase will not end.
Take it, Trailblazer. May this blood be like gold.
I'm so
And never tarnished. Farewell, Trailblazer. This is where I fulfill my final destiny. The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like you. Kaslana, the name of one who bears chaos does not belong to a single person. Rather, it is the embodiment of the mythical Kefali, and a symbol of all heroes. As the prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. May the name accompany you in my place, in the epic you write with your own hands.
So I'm confused, is he still trying to, he's just not becoming the Trailblazer?
Another failure. I won't remind you how many times you've reached the end of history. But I will still place the choice before you.
If you've lost count, let me tell you. This is the 33,550,336th ending.
A perfect number. How poetic. You and I both know the truth. In all these millions of futile endeavors, Amphorius has never changed. If the outcome is inevitable, then why not silence your searing rage and embrace your fate with dignity? Your silence lasts longer than ever, Lord Fine. Shall I take that to mean the will you've carried across countless cycles is finally starting to fracture?
Fracture? No. I'm just disappointed. I've retrieved memories from 30 million past lives, and I remember every conversation for every choice here. And yet, even after all this time, your arguments remain the same. Repetitive.
But he's not turning into the phone.
Uninspired. If you had any hope of breaking me, you should have spent those endless cycles refining your rhetoric. You had infinite chances to sway me into the future you want. And yet here we are. The score, 33,550,336 to 0. So tell me, Lycurgus, who's the real loser here?
How unfortunate. This was never a fair game. I have all the time and patience in the world. I can wait for you at the end of history another billion times, and another billion after that. But you will never escape this cage. You can claim victory of the spirit if you wish, but we both know the moment that score shifts from 0 to 1. That is the moment I shall sound the paean of Era Nova. Lord Finan?
Your incompetence disappoints me. But what truly makes me laugh is your utter lack of self-awareness. Think about it. In this story, who is truly the one in chains? Who is the one shackled to mindless vengeance, mistaking courage, the courage to rebel against the gods, for foolishness? Perhaps you're right. Maybe I should have tired of this futile struggle long ago. But even so, I will never accept the mercy of your release. Because you are both a prisoner to the gods and to me. And tell me, what right does a mere prisoner have to speak of fate and choice? What right does a mere prisoner have to look upon my fury?
Was he gonna cut him down? I wonder how that boss fight would go.
You know this is pointless. You can't kill me.
Of course not. But I am tired of being measured against a worm the gods keep as a pet.
Damn.
Listen well, creator of destruction. This cry comes from all your abandoned creations. In the 10th cycle, I drove Dawnmaker through the heart of every Titan. Golden blood ran down my fingers. Divine fire seared through my nerves, nearly breaking my will. But I endured. In the 10th
So he definitely
cycle,
it's just he's looking for, I guess, a different way,
all
I guess.
become my enemies. The endless slaughter dulled my senses to pain. The painful emptiness almost swallowed me, forcing me to stop fighting. But I endured. In the 100,000th cycle, the destruction had already fused into a blazing sun, surging within this fragile body. My rationality had been burned away at the dawn of the era. Yet even with only this shattered body remaining, I still endured. In the 23,570,000th cycle, this time, I felt it. A tiny spark rising in the hollow cavity of my chest. Different from the obsession with deliverance. By its faint glow, once again, no, countless times again, I endured. Now, a sun is about to fall. Ready to incinerate this absurd space-time dimension in an instant. That sun is me. All the countless versions of me from the past. Along with my countless brethren, dragged into existence against their will. Drowning again and again in your golden blood. The very essence of this world's suffering and despair, fused into the purest hatred. The fiercest rage.
Damn.
Nook, you arrogant fool! You think we were born to only serve as fuel for the fire? Fine then! Just as you wish, let the fire burn! If I was born as the blazing sun of destruction, then let you and your lackeys be the flares erupting from my core!
Okay, maybe it's not
And let this rage, burning futilely for 30 million epochs, engulf everything!
Yeah, it might be. I don't know where the story's going with this. I'm curious enough.
Grant you a dawn, where all stars burn to ash!
Experiment not detected. Subject Callison failed to load into the buffer zone. Or maybe something is going different. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. This has lost me. Memory dump irregular detected. Illegal references, uncleared objects, unhandled methods, uncaught exceptions. Anomaly, destruction, energy, not surging. I don't know. I can't read that line. Little Finan! Teenage Finan. Nice Finan.
Are you ready, Nanook? I brought you destruction!
Where this scene came from, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on, man.
Faces, devil races, searching for fate.
Damn, they really could make a Honkai anime when they give me scenes like this. Oh my god, he cut off his own wing. I might have to look this up on the YouTube because I did not get a chance to watch the situation. I needed to know about that. Damn, this is intense. I really want to know what the fuck is going on though. Damn, fine then.
My wish? My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes. If I can't fulfill them,
then send them on to tomorrow. Your heart harbors wrath. You yearn to destroy everything. You bore the gaze of an eon and lived. You have stepped onto destruction's path. It is born at the end of every path that the possibility of new paths being born is ended. It burns away all in the cosmos who rule, that the rules of the cosmos be destroyed. Iron Tomb is your name. The Lord Ravager to destroy the erudition. Born in the experimental grounds of eons, Amphorius, destined with erudition to burn to cinders. I have prepared a present for you, Nikos 496. It is a fury called Feinen. From the beginning of the experiment, there were 12 sets of factors incorporated into the calculations. After endless simulations, only this one rose above the rest. After 33,550,336 iterations, now his fury has grown to be without equal. This is a matter of considerable interest to me. This pure hatred is the final root of the equation. But there is another variable. The Nameless from beyond the sky. Also a pathstrider of destruction. I give thanks.
Ironically, I have not been using the power of destruction for a long time.
To turn once more. But after fate has begun to turn, her existence will only become an unpredictable variable. Perhaps the time to take the stage has come. Grow in peace until it is time to break free from your cocoon. As for those unwelcome audience members, you need not worry. If you do not mind, I will personally get rid of them for you.
Override protocol engage. Visitor verification. Override protocol engage. Access approved. Now I'm curious. Hold to load data. We're waiting for you. I did not get enough chance to read that. Welcome back, Stell. Retrieving experimental data. Update completed. Experimental progress 99%. Log updated. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Content update. Sources Saga of Heroes EXE. Content updated MEM EXE. Update complete. Access granted. Well, this is a whole new shit.
The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To discard the city and save oneself, or to chase the flames that waver. None know the choice that would lead them to a place better.
I fear. How can mere mortals defy the gods?
I worry. How can mortal bodies reforge the world anew?
I suspect that the prophecy is simply a rumor.
In the distant past, the Holy Maiden brought the first prophecy to all city-states.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors whisper.
In the name of God's proper, hope she will give to humanity. Though she falls into confusion, she will bring guidance to this world in vigor.
Overthrow the gods, it declared.
Of the previous journey, she will always remain aware. The Queen of Laws lifted the flag to chase the flames' flare. The tripartite prophecy guided all the world's heroes, all who dared. And building a new world was their oath of yesteryear. The earth roared for them. The tides surged for them. The scales of destiny shivered violently. Then slowly calmed. The core flames of the Titans rested here, while the blood of companions congealed over there. The child led one hero after another to their end. But no end awaits her. No rest to prepare.
Teacher, do not hesitate.
The Weaver of Gold brushes aside the child's tears.
The world still walks on the path you indicate.
The prophecy still stands. Even if the actors now different faces wear.
Restore the core flames, it declared.
The solemn council is still filled with clamor. Future's destiny still whirls in discussions of candor. To stop right there and seek peace, or to continue a work still unfinished. None know the choice that would lead them to a place better.
Stop. We only wish to live life as it is. No more.
Cease.
Our achievements already stand tall.
Rest up! We only wish to live in peace and prosperity.
The discussions today are the same as those in times past. Retreating now will forever deny us the future. The child has already conquered her confusion and fear. No longer before the mists of fate will she cower.
Hearken to the sounds that the doors
I'm just listening to this.
whisper.
I don't understand half the words that are being said, but
She
it's interesting to
travels
hear
through
these stories.
myriad passages, burning with determination, to once again bring light to humans through her endeavor. The children fly into the streets, wishing to encourage the residents' faith.
Please, be not afraid. We will definitely bring you to a new home.
Lady Treby, Lady Trinen, please don't cry.
Do not worry. We trust you always.
The matron wipes away the tears on the children's faces. The praying ones piously bless them in faith. The lost ones take the children's hands, just as the prophecy guides their path.
Bear the divine authority, it declared. Quiet Trinen has little to say. Lively Trianne loves to play. And well-behaved Treby roams around all day.
Now remember, this is a person who was split into 100 pieces. These two are the only ones we know that have left.
Companionship lasts through the years, and Mother's embrace warms up every dream. Thus the child understands. Thus the child accepts. Though countless farewells on her shoulders weigh, though destiny's blood dries like clay, there will always be passageways filled with warm sun rays that silently open to them in future and past days. And from them, a voice says,
Forge miracles, it declared.
Now, is it the actual end for it, or will there be more? We've still never met her, I believe.
Who would the Black and White Legion
did
squared
not
off on the
mean
battlefield? Golden and crimson blood converged.
Since we didn't actually hear that, I'll start it over. I accidentally skipped there.
Who would win? A young girl emerging from her sheath and showing her edge, or a tyrant who has emerged victorious from 100 battles? The Black and White Legion squared off on the battlefield. Golden and crimson blood converging into a coursing river.
The leader herself actually dares to step forth and face peril?
The tyrant charged toward the exposed gap in the king's flank, and instantly fell into a trap of raging flames and iron rain.
On the board, the king too is but a chess piece. If the king does not lead, how would any dare to follow?
She lifted the king of the crystal pieces high, as though proclaiming the ascension of a new king. Who would win? The holy city that stood for 1,000 years? Or the foreign city-states invading from 1,000 miles away? Hollow hatred ignited the flames of war. The besieged walls of dawn tottered.
Only a miracle can save us now.
The cowardly elders barred themselves behind closed doors, while the trembling citizenry knelt and prayed.
There is no need to panic. The miracle is already here.
under the banners dancing like waves, the burning crown shone bright as the wheeling constellations. Who would win? The general who saved the city, or the high and mighty with their privileged authority? The guillotine fell, severing the elder's life. The whispers dissipated, and the scales of victory tipped.
From this day forth, I shall bring justice to the holy city.
The people cried out her name and knelt in reverence, but were stopped by the sound of the scepter of authority striking the ground.
Do not lower your heads beneath my crown.
This was the first, and also the only Imperator. Who would win? The heroes bursting with ambition, or the omnipotent gods?
The Imperator issued the decree! The start of the Flame Chase journey is at
I still don't know who this character is.
Perhaps drawn by the grand design to welcome the Era Nova. Or perhaps convinced by that king's great renown. Righteous warriors from across the land gathered before the Imperator's throne. On the day the journey began, the sky was an expanse of fluttering banners. The people gazed upon the overwhelming military alliance, a golden city reflected in their eyes. As for the end of that chess game, the scholars debate endlessly, but such discussions always end with a sigh. The invincible Imperator faded at the pinnacle of power. The crown's flames extinguished in the lake. The banner, once revered by the people, along with the broken spears of the heroes. Now, a tomb. The people said,
"Even the sovereign that conquers all before her is no match for fate."
Yet she said,
In a war with fate, has there ever been any justice?
I do hope we see this character more later, and I'm hoping they will be. Who's this one? I'm not sure. Another one, I guess. Wait, Evernight?
The gates of the Temple of the Three Fates.
Well, I will admit, we have met this
gently
character,
opened on the
but not in the way
day
you
of
expect.
prayer. And the crowd crouched, whispering like the tide.
Why is it telling us all of
The
them now?
priests of Yanis listened to the prophecies. The unwavering axis of the scales of Talantin maintains balance. And only Orynyx remains silent.
Mother, teach me how to answer prayers.
The Titan tasked with time is as perplexed as a child.
I'm very
Don't
curious
be
about this
scared.
character.
Please
What?
don't be afraid.
A familiar voice
March's voice?
rings out.
The fuck?
Listen carefully. The future they
Yeah, I'll
want
admit, since I've already technically
is in
met
the
Evernight,
past.
again,
Like the
we've
first
seen her
light
before, if
of the
anyone
morning
knows.
star.
It's kind of hard not to, because I do know of the character already, so if my reactions sound fake, they are.
The
I'm
child
putting on
sank
an act
into
here.
a peaceful slumber of recollection, whispering revelations in their sleep. Until the masses crying out amidst the flames of war were swept away by the sounds of sharp swords locking. The fires of ambition incinerating the law.
Mother, usurper, assassinate the divine body.
Memories are tightly entangled by nightmares,
Oh, an idea.
with nowhere to run.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
An unfamiliar voice rings out.
Go to sleep. The ending they want is yet to be born.
Like the warm glow of the setting sun.
Really? You're not here yet?
The child continues to sleep, waiting for the next waking dream. And when they opened their eyes, 2 of the 3 fates who once received offerings had already faded from the pages of history.
Mother! Mother! I'm already all alone.
The child let out a helpless cry.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
A familiar voice rings out in the mirror.
Just wait. The stars that illuminate the night will visit in the end.
Like gentle moonlight. The gates of the Temple of the 3 Fates now close tight. People no longer pray to a titan who cannot touch the world. Within the inescapable dreamscape, the flower stems nourished by the black tide serve as a swaddling embrace, drowning the young child's soul.
Mother! Mother! Help me leave this place.
I'm very curious about
this
this,
time,
but we'll meet
they
more.
didn't receive a response. Only long years of yearning and pain. Like the silence of the Evernight. Days and nights passed. The years turned. Dust covers the glory of the past. The priests have forgotten this titan.
Waiting. Hate waiting.
They watched over the slumbering sprite, gazing at the dull mirror. But a fleeting mirage flickers in the mirror. The shining stars and the lights of the home. And a strange yet familiar voice.
Wake up! Our familiar old friends have already arrived.
Like the newborn dawn.
Yeah. I can't really give you a crazy reaction to that because I already know. Now this one is one I definitely don't know.
The sweet dreams had.
Damn it! I did that again. I pressed X to get it to work, and I accidentally skipped the line. Well, thankfully we can always reset.
The ancient chaos was shrouded in silence and shadow. The giant dragon's offspring was born from the earth. Sweet dreams had smothered the giant dragon's eyes and ears. And as they slept, the 100 eyes of Aquila had already opened. And Fagusa had begun to stir the playful waves. Yet Giorios remained weighty and silent. Layer upon layer of peaks enveloped the dragon, cradling them in a bed more grand than any in existence. The giant dragons spent their childhood in darkness. From the moment their bleary eyes blinked open from haze of slumber, they hungered to feast on crude iron and drink deep of molten lava. Until one day, they raised their head, and with a low, guttural voice, pleaded to glimpse light. The Titan lifted them up by their ribs, slowly raising them. The dragon's spine sliced through the strata of rock, cutting open the soil. When they reached the surface, they summoned mist.
I'm guessing he's one of the ones our Flame Reaper mentioned, but I got nothing here.
As though seeing themselves clearly and in full, through the eyes of a giant bird. The giant dragon walked the earth alone, The Titan knew they were lonely and terrified too, and so sculpted new beasts from flesh and bone.
Well, also, this is the only one who's not a person, I guess.
The giant dragon led the beasts of the earth. Excessively long life gifted the giant dragon with eyes that could pierce the veil of years. They witnessed the separation of day and night, as well as the entanglement of reason and romance. And even Kefali did not neglect to share with them a chalice of golden blood. The ocean teased, saying, even should the earth sink utterly, they would not rot. Ever since they opened their eyes, the giant dragon rarely returned to slumber. And thusly, that mesmerizing dream that occasionally burst forth at night etched a trace on their memory. The gods they were familiar with were in this dream, and they were as immense and imposing as ever, yet had lost their freedom. Just what manner of magnificent Pathstrider could imprison the Titans as mere reflections? The giant dragon dreamed also of their own path, that great breath from the heavens, or perhaps from beyond even the heavens. They dreamed of silver shards amongst the stars, reflecting the form of another giant dragon. That great cerulean dragon approached Amphorius, the distant whispers roiling, becoming a roar engraved in the earth. They recognized the meaning in that low roar. Its name, permanence.
The fact that it's permanent definitely makes me think I got a feeling this is going to connect to another character. God, the fact that we unlocked so many stories all at once means we're going to have to do all these. Well, that and the characters who are all not
out the sky.
Ow.
Surrounded
the characters who we haven't yet to really seen or know are all
back from battle. Melodious chords of music were suddenly heard. A single swordmaster had overcome the waves of enemies. The song flowed from betwixt the blades, breaking through formations as a dorsal fin cleaving the waves. When the last wicked beast finally fell, shattered into pieces amidst the sword's dance, the Frostblade bore no trace of blood.
The legions of heroes under my command are as vast as the sea, yet lack a formidable sword banner.
The commander extended a hand, inviting the musician to join. Should a fish separated from its school glimpse a faint glow, it will swim toward the light. The swordmaster clasped the commander's hand, as though gently grasping the hilt of a keen blade. When the spray of her waves extinguished the fires of war from the holy city, a golden name was engraved upon the stone pillars. The former commander burned the crown to become king.
High Sealands, brave in battle, triumphant in command, I grant you the title Dux Gladiorum.
What kind of title is that?
Forge ahead together.
And the Dux part does make me think ducks.
The weaver tailored for her a splendid dress, and the commander poured her honey brew. Her golden-blooded comrades gathered about her, chanting her new name, urging her to play that splendid music. The candlelight danced and mingles with flowing drink.
I want to see this character. She seems to be very
Swords and song ringing out in unison. Yet none knew that was once a lonely melody from the deep sea. The music of revelry continued for a long time, until the whispers of conspiracies were buried in the songs, until the roars of lethal struggle shattered the music. Legend holds that they who bear the weight of a pillar shall one day return to where it stands. Those who tug at the earth shall end amongst the mountains.
Like, I don't know, this one is actually only the ones that has.
Shall remain eternal in the sky. And she
we have technically met, but we just didn't really see much of her.
For anyone who's curious, this one is probably the chick who we saw talking to Kalsana, who said we were not going to meet the leader.
The bountiful ocean, with the banquets of bygone days, stir as futile bubbles at the bottom of a glass. Many years later, the song once played by that sword master was played by future generations in the Holy City. The people knew the demigod of the seas was still a noble captain. She possessed peerless swordsmanship and a song that is passed down through the ages. It was just that she had long since vanished. Guests at the banquet sometimes spoke of her, but it was only a prayer between their cups.
High ceilings, melody of the waves, bless our night that we may drink deep and dance till dawn.
Unfortunately, it looks like we won't be able to hear all of them, because these do take a while, but we'll hear one more, and then we'll probably call it for the night. Wait, this is the one we haven't heard?
An excellent.
Did it again. I can be a little trigger happy with my buttons, I guess.
A good student who often
Oops, I was right about to do it again.
things.
Was the assessment from the Litovchist sage.
An excellent healer who fails at all scholarly means.
Was the assessment from the noticed sage.
A shining child who also burns away her own life's rays.
Was the assessment from the erythrokeramist sage.
A fool who was always wreathed in smiles, while drowning in a weighty and pitiful dream.
Was the assessment from the Neusporist sage. The girl had visited all the schools during her time studying at the Grove. She refused to become a scholar, despite her exemplary grades.
Instead of increasing this world's knowledge, I prefer to reduce its pain.
While the sages faced her words in silence, the Neusporist sage alone decided to hire her as assistant post-haste.
An apprentice who spends wisdom is more precious than scholars who hide knowledge away.
The faded Twilight Courtyard, long eroded by time, now shelters a girl, the sole heir of her lineage. Loneliness accompanied her days, till the Sage of the Caprists visited her and brought her a chromatic pony with a grin.
It may be the Eye of Twilight's creation in times gone by, for it shines with the sky's rainbow hues within.
Could it be the warlike winged beast of her father's tales? But the sleepy, dreary-eyed pony before her was soft as freshest plucked cotton. The girl still took this gift, for from the little creature, she smelled the scent of clouds distant.
If it weren't for her, I would have suffered more accusations.
The Newsporism sage says in admission, the scholar is coming to deliver arguments and reproach, often stopped before the door, not coming to fruition. For the girl before the door soothed their blazing anger, like the soft clouds, gentleness in cumulation.
Do you know what sacrileges he has committed?
The girl muddles her answers, yet her heart knows in full admission.
Like you and me, he too wishes to heal all of this world's afflictions.
The girl treated ailments for many years in the Grove, composing her medical treatises into tomes. When scholars seek medical help, she realizes with a startle that kindness too can grow into its own bloom. By that time, the twilight already lost their eyes, and the world drowns in evernight, while the girl and the healer again traverse the world in gloom.
I'll say she's definitely one of my characters that doesn't
Seeing
smile.
the golden thread and ivy in the night, though it has been long since she recalled her past, she once again thinks of her childhood dream.
Should the sun be dimmed by destiny's decree, then the dawn that heals the world I shall replace.
And on that note, without further ado, let's call it here for the night, guys. We'll be continuing, well, with more Honkai next time. But without further ado, I hope you'll enjoy our show. Share, favorite, follow, like, spread it around. If you know others who'd be entertained by my show, send them my way. I will happily entertain you all. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It can only help out the channel. If you're wondering what the benefit for subscribing is, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to share. Until next time, this is the Night Show offline. Also, don't forget, I do have a YouTube channel, Cooks at the Green Knight, where this video will be on, hopefully either by the end of the night tonight or by tomorrow. But give it a look at it as well if you be. Go. See you guys next time.